So right now the sun has a little present for the earth in the form of kind of like the sun is holding up a comet and then blowing the comet's tail is stretching from the sun clear to the earth, and the earth right now has been getting a shower, like a spray of this comet's tail of plasma. And yeah, that's a reset we're going through there, because I understand plasma as being like, well, it's light that we use. How interesting. I don't know. I just learned so much watching this, and I am feeling something going on. There's something going on with me. In my 3D realm, I'm fine, I guess. You know, I have a $606 electric bill, which isn't normal for me. I let it go for a few months or more, and it's because of stress that I'm going through that I'll probably be able to catch up on that when I catch up on it. But in the meantime, okay, so I was understanding something about something that it keeps popping in more obvious, and it does have to do with what I was trying to tell you. I don't want to wear it out, right? The interfacing system and the language, but really I need to just keep drilling it into you guys. But in a way that we start making a breakthrough, that you understand that, oh, communications is so important. So we do have this thing happening. See, the plasmatic field has to do everything to do with the the light of our earth. Just basically as a layman talking about how we see reality, I think. How colors and everything shows up as matter. I'm pretty sure. And you don't know what we don't know what that is. See, because scientists further try to tell us, people like Einstein concludes that atomic field, the atoms, and that is the light field, that is the accumulation of matter, supposedly, but the air, space, is full of atoms. That's what Carl Jung would say, and but it does go together with how Einstein is saying that when they look into a atom, it's 99.99% light. It's oscillating at certain speeds, and it seems to be those speeds depend on, I mean, well, the speeds make up what appears as a certain element, like of matter. And but other than that, like our bodies as light and everything else, though. See, Einstein once said that if we were to accumulate all of the human bodies, all of the organism, uh, atomically, if we look at it, you would only end up with a little bit, he said, a sugar cube size matter. Otherwise, the rest is just light. I don't know why he's kind of, they're speaking that language, they're saying that, and I'm listening to it. And the geophysicist, a scientist on YouTube that shows us the latest about the sun and the comet and everything, is very informative. You should check it out. Perhaps I'll move one of his videos over there, the most latest. And it's coming with Uranus. I tried to make a video. I hope it pops in. But when I was making it, an earthquake happened. That was what was really cool about that video. That's why I'm upset about it erasing. Otherwise, it's like, well, hold on. But no, it was a highly informative video. I was trying to tell us about Uranus, that the last time it was in Gemini, which it moves in tomorrow. This is the 26th. If you see this, it's probably the 29th or something. I don't know. I'm moving it in between a bunch of other videos that I've made, like on the 18th and 19th and 20th. I don't know. It's a trippy passage that I'm going through right now, and it does not exclude me needing support away from places or, you know, sources that are unable to support me in a lot of ways. And I don't have the 3 hours right now, or you don't, for me to explain why it's really important that you don't receive, especially money from the enemy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Unless they're learning and see, you can. I don't know, but anyway, what I mean is, well, at least don't work for them. You know, make sure it don't work for them. You know, make sure it works for you. Okay. Anyway, that makes sense, right? Yes. Okay. Minute 6, explaining how Uranus was last in Gemini, which it happens on the 27th there, in 1941 to 1949, and that's huge because there was a lot of experimenting in the war grounds over there in Germany where they were using magnetic electrical frequencies, which is really the cell phone operations of things, and they really perfected it then. They achieved a lot if you consider the Holocaust and how people were just kind of subdued and then unalived in the fryer. Anyway, we don't see that that's not possible. But see, here's the problem. There's also there's definitely a lot of disgruntled about this experimenting that's going on this plane. You can figure like, okay, so the Tartarians, they are the ones that are doing the global cell phone and emissions of EMF waves, and even that warring that happened and all of it under very, very, no, they're breaking intergalactic law and rules all the time. And that's where I'm here to warn you, intergalactic general from the Pleiades. See, apparently there's an interaction, there's an activation with the Pleiades right now, and Uranus and this one planet Sedna, and this the comet and Venus and the sun. Yeah, it's all kind of aligned right now. Uh, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this plasmatic like restoration. It's been raining now for the past 9 or so hours overnight here, and but all of this, having said all this, okay, so let's get back to the Second World War. See, make no mistake, we are right on the fringes of the Third World War. I mean, we are in it. But what I mean is people do not know, like my neighbors don't know. I mean, my neighbors don't know that they are the weapon. You know, it's like, would you stop? So having said that, you guys, there is a interception. There's always has throughout history, we are recognizing that there's a wipeout that happens because, see, now if it was Tartaria that was breaking rules about, like, okay, about cloning and stuff like that, and even hiding technology and straight up incubating an entire civilization. I mean, really to enslave people. I mean, it's there. It's like you get the feeling that it's interlaced. It has been able to advance itself through intergalactic policy that says, okay, well, okay. See, the organism, potential human, consents. See, it's on our backs that it's all happening. You've all seen that, right? You've always all seen the picture of the civilization or the politicians who are playing Monopoly, and underneath there's a bunch of people underneath it. But see, that's not quite what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, I hope you can hear what I'm saying. I tried to tell you something in this last video, and an earthquake hit, and then, well, I have a weak plug right here, and I tried to switch the angle, and because I was facing another way, which is kind of cool. You know, I had it facing the other way. I was with the Gemini in the air, especially having gotten out of Taurus, was man, being in Taurus was. It's important to know that over the last 7 years, of course, you saw that how people were subdued. That's obvious, right? That's the feel of it. Uranus intends on to, like what I do with my talking and my mind is to expose the truth and really expand consciousness and get into the God realm. Really, it's an honest. It's a Uranus. It's talk about the plasmatic field and the energy, the technology. It's ruler of Aquarius. Aquarius is this really weird way. It's the ruler of humanity, which is, I hate to spoil you people, but to spoil it for you people that love Darwin or whoever that thinks we were a mud skipper coming out of the ocean first and then rubbing together, and now we're, what happened with the planet ape? I don't know, but anyway, yeah, of course. So no, it's not that. That is outruled by technology. Like, what I mean is like that you yourself, if you have a 5-pointer here, indeed you are a technology. You are software. And then getting back to trying to explain how you are interacting with this light field here in your spacesuit based in programming, okay? Just let me click this over here because it does get over my head after a while, but not really. I said head, right? It does get over my head after a while, but not really, because that's where we're advancing. That's the study I've been going through. That's what I've been pointing at through the English interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space. The suffix and even the prefix, of course, and the whole thing. The basics, the, here, there, this, that, what, where, when. It's, and especially the vowels, the way that they go. Uppercase, if you're able to read the energy going through, how I, O, U, and stuff like this. Yeah, OU is just like what you think. It's OU is like, I owe you a turd. You know, you put it in one way and you got it out the other. See, the idea is know that there's a circle happening. There's a circle, and then the OU, there's a cup. Can we put it in the toilet? See, it's not a bad thing. I don't know why I use that analogy. They're like, well, convince us that a turd isn't a bad thing. It's not. You can grow trees out of a turd. It's always going. It keeps going and going. And if you knew that, imagine if you really knew that, babes. See, that's what the interfacing system is offering when you go ahead and capitalize anywhere, anytime. Babes, you didn't know the word capitalism. You didn't know the word watch. That's what I mean. Same with capitalized. See, you're just getting broke in. You don't even know what that is. And they take it from you. Oh, it's so easy. It really is. Oh, why? Because God is easy. You are easy, babe. We are. It's not a mystery. You do not have to worry about not knowing. Really, because if you're watching this right now, you're knowing. Yeah, it's a technicality of how we're saying it. See, the K is silent. It's silent last time I checked, right? And so why isn't it nowing? Nowing, you are nowing. Aries can fucking have this fun, and we are. See, we're for 14 years. No, we've got to do this right now. There is boy, did the whole cycle of the 14-year Neptune take off with some structure because Saturn is there, but it took off with some fire too. It's amazing what's going to be going on with Uranus finally going into Gemini. Now, let me get back to that everybody has to be careful of the mind bone wars. See, that's in conjunction with the real information coming up and out. Yeah. And no matter what, I think it's a no matter what, just like that last video where I was wearing this shirt when I was talking about this woman. She said something that I get the vision too. It's just that's the equation, that's the way it is. And some ETs who are us, just human, babe, are going to be left. And so keep looking into Mother Nature, really, that when they talk about Mother Nature, when we say that the mountains and the trees, you can see evidence of mass destruction there. That's why they're quarantined off, and that's what you're looking at. It's just a big pile of rubble. A lot of it is. You would be surprised. See what they've done with so-called civilization now, which is just the farming up of the organism that doesn't even know it's here, according to all the cameras put around. Hello, welcome to Shauna's Sci-Fi. Let me make sure that this here is got a microphone on me, but I wanted to tell you about how that they have set because, well, do you notice the detail? Like all of the stuff, the trinkets, the intricacy of every little thing that we have ever done, factory-wise for money, really, is kind of a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. It's like, well, good luck turning that to soil, but the truth is it can be covered up really easy. Just bury it. There's signs of mounds of dirt around your cities. Those are the mountains, by the way, but you'll see the foothills that are mainly dirt first. Anyway, that could be used, and there's water that they can pick up. When I say pick up, hun, you have just out of range here. They don't show us. I mean, we are in a place that's kept. It's an experiment area for benevolence. It's not for malevolence, but believe it or not, benevolence will tear the place up if everything's being used wrong, and that's what we kind of see. That's what happened with Tartaria when they did the thing full on with cloning, and I think giants lived at that time and they might have been cloning that, but something was horribly illegal according to intergalactic alliances. And it's like quarantined off, and we're sitting in ruin sites, and who figures it out but people like you and me that has been meditating. I mean, just we're here, and it doesn't take much, but we're storytelling. We're at the point where it's like, well, see, we're heading into World War III, that we're there now, and what they want is to intercept. Literally, they want to intercept a cosmic awakening, our vibrational frequency. Now, getting back to what we know and think that, okay, the sun is here in harmony with us. It's trying to inform us. That's what our main clock, that's like the hour hand, and we should honor that as like the one eye in the sky kind of a thing, right? And who knows, no telling what the moon is doing, okay? But we know that there is a factor of needing plasma here. Plasma, the plasmatic field, what the heart interacts with, it has a lot to do with our health. Really, we're figuring that out. I mean, I'm figuring it out. So the plasmatic field it's everywhere. It's the outer space realm. It's everywhere. Yeah. But I'm figuring out it's as everywhere as you are as a human aperture. See, it has to do with this. You know, when they talk about this. And right now, see, we have a comet that is coming off the sun. It has aligned itself to where now the sun is like it's blowing now. We see a tail stretching from the sun all the way to the earth, and now the earth is being sprayed with a comet tail. This comet snuck up. We didn't see it, that it would be here, but all of a sudden it's here, and we figure, well, somebody got some numbers on how long it's been that it's been here, like 400,000 years or something. But that's just a wink compared to whatever's like backing up and even looking at the solar system. They're like, oh, well, yeah, it's going through now. And they see comets going like this. I don't know. But anyway, it's a nucleus in a field of information inside of the brain of God. But that's kind of the way to think about it, kids. It's not a ball of mud. It's not like we're not really a speck. The best way to think about it is that we are a point of awareness, and then the universe is a sphere, or the mind of God is too. So you're one with it in the way that it doesn't matter where you are on that sphere, even in, out, level, this way, you're always aligned 1.0 to the center of that sphere. Always, you're just always 0.0 aligned 1 with that freaking sphere. You know what I mean? Sphere, you know what I mean? So thank you for visualizing that. What part of 1 do you not understand as far as having come up off of that intention? Yeah, there's definitely an intention. I like the word that there's the word tension there, almost like that there is a string, you know what I mean? And then there is at tension. You know, are you there at all? So this is 19 minutes of something really trippy, right? Who likes it or not? I don't care. See, my problem is that people don't believe that I'm struggling here. They don't believe that I'm trying to come off of something weird. That I would rather detox in a very real, like it's for me it's energetic. you don't want your bodily energetic ability to get fragmented and tattered by entities or whatever have we that are vamping on us. And indeed, that's where we are. And my my cat is not acting right. I mean, she's going through like something. I talk about communications, babes. It's some of us are going to become more and more human with the Gemini Uranus thing, but at the same time, see, we are being attacked. It's probably why that the organism is waking up is because it's being tattered so bad, man. And can't say that that's not part of the video game, but no, we don't need it. We don't need that. Not really. No, I'm seeing a complete reverse. I'm seeing that we're being robbed. Like somebody like me should not be like way in the corner, like experiencing depravity and being starved out and then attacked by demons. Well, maybe so. I don't know, but no, I think that we should hit an even keel and we should celebrate each other. It's like, okay, okay, maybe it's perfect, Shauna. What's the problem? Can you not work your bitchin' reversed universe? I'm like, of course I can. I tend to be impatient, right? Of course, and then you um, can kind of try to jump the gun because you can I see a future that's pretty gnarly. A lot of people do, but now this is the point where I say, now, how's your relationship with the angels, your higher self, interdimensionally? Like to pop out of this body and say, hi, how are you doing, Mom? Grandma, what's up? Dr. Seuss, David Icke, hey, Sherlock Holmes, whoever the fuck, man. There's people that are like, what the hell's going on down there? We thought we would contribute somehow. Really, there's contributors. And so thanks for listening to this. It's not too chaotic as what you're thinking or what it may sound like, but hell yeah, it is. Got to get back to that. So I think that we're being restored somehow. It's not easy, um, because the 3D realm here and the battle with all of the Gwen Tower and the EMF wave manipulation. See, the plasmatic field has a lot to do with that. The ionosphere, it's communicating through that. And we're having something going on that's trying to save our planet right now with that comet. That's for sure. It's a restoration. And so I'm just trying to enjoy it. I have been enjoying something, but now getting back to 3D, right? It's hard to enjoy because you have a deadline and the illusion of separateness. Pardon me while my crown chakra is just, it's trying to get us on the higher level and saying, babes, can you snap out of that? No. See, because who's going to own the bank? Well, the human side can own the central banking by way of just backing way up and singularizing themselves, right? I'm talking about that singularizing. See, there's the central bank. And it doesn't matter where you are on the belief of money. See, because no matter what, money is here. And you better try to play the game. And I say, let's take it back and say, well, fuck, man, see, under intergalactic law and even courts of law, see, not enough people are going into the court and saying, come on, and proving, like apparently they have to spend their whole life in there and just prove that, or open law firms that entails entire life, generations of people fighting for just recording that there is a problem here in Houston, whether it be cancers caused. Finally, Monsanto admits it and grants $245 million to one family that gets how many families that they know gets a free pass to Disneyland. And then, but they don't really get cured, right? But follow the money well, they get a cure. How about that? They get their cancer cured at the hospital that does it in such a way that's questionable. It's still questionable, right? Chemotherapy, and follow the money. Follow the money. If you go to Disneyland, follow the money when you get happy about anything that you spend money on. That's why I didn't make it. It's true, and you can help me. Come on, let's do it. But we're here. We're here. We'll do it. Tune up this land. Not this land is your land. This land. Haven't you ever heard that song? Come on, you guys. This is an English thing. This is a white ET thing. This brand is your brand. See, I'm talking about the sky, the plasmatic field. This brand is your brand, this brand is my brand, this brand was made for you and me. Not individual people running around trying to be burners of asses and not understanding how stupid that is, okay? Don't do that in front of the kids. Alright, so this video is about ready to wrap up. Like I said, I try to make a video, and I hope it shows up magically, but I don't think it will. I don't know why it didn't. But we just, we're going through in some intense times, and we don't expect the magnetic electrical, the synthetic grid that they have going on to really work. We're going to work it in our favor, and the way we have to do it is communications, of the right kind of communications. Yeah, say, look, we have this availability, but do you know that each time you turn it on, it's killing you? Uh, what do you think it's worth? You know, I say that I didn't use it right. It didn't use me right. Wrong. The past 12 years, when I figure out the interfacing system and how that now I point at how that, you know, your ion, there's the ionosphere. How about that? You've heard of the ionosphere? I would love to show you what's in the word ionosphere, but you can figure it out there. Put the I down. Remember to be generous about the I. That a lot of times it should be down, and it's actually in capitalized form. They're really, what I mean, it's in its divinity. And see, the I capitalized. See, you know, you don't even know what the word capital means. Just like you didn't know what the word channel means yet, and you've been changing the channel for how long? Have you had cable TV and you don't know what a channel really is? The actual word channel is old, where a person is meditating and they begin to channel in and they receive. That's what Tesla was, or anybody who has a great idea. It's not really their idea. They're just kind of recalling it because it's out there in the ethers and they're becoming a channel. And see, that plasmatic field has a lot to do with it because it's it's almost like water that we are in, and we might be, we don't really know. Some kind of liquid that really interconnects us all. And the idea or the ideal here as a curriculum is to become aware of that interconnection and how we're all connected. And so whoever's interested in that really is well on their way, as far as they're probably more aware of it. They feel a lot more. They dare kind of look into it. And it's difficult. It's difficult. And, well, we've seen wipeouts before. We've seen wipeouts because of how that, well, it's wiped out because it's done wrong. That's the bottom line. And I was trying to tell you about the lowercase base waste. It's like, ooh, okay, all right, watch out. This is built on a lie, so it's just as flimsy. Now, getting back to I hate to talk about this, but you love your scary movies, right? All of your horror films. I mean, what are we doing down here? It's just, oh man, excuse me, but I am Intergalactic General A6369, Ram, OCECT. You might know of me as Shauna Wyatt, and I've been around, but I haven't been around for like 12 years, of course. You know, some of us have hanged on to the internet here. But no, I'm naturally a hermit, and I have done stuff here that requires, I mean, to really get something good, you got to kind of lock the doors and get in your laboratory and study. And I've kind of done that all my life with Jupiter in the 12th house in Pisces. That's what that is. I have a big secret life, you know, that it's like it's the behind closed doors. It's my creative value because it's Jupiter there. In fact, I share it. I do. I make sure, oh, it's a waste if I don't share it. And I have, and I do. And that's what we do. See, we're supposed to get on the internet. Don't think I'm lying. Is that we are to get on there and share. It should be, if you can imagine, it's something that's supposed to gather up and algorithmically and gain steam, like almost choreographed, like globally, like Tartaria has been doing. Oh, they're still doing it. But when is the humanitarian going to do it? But see, what does that mean? We actually mean benevolent ETs, kind of a thing. Who's going to come here and say, you guys, will you stop? Well, I think that comet up there, is spraying some amazing stuff on us right now, and all we have to do is just like open our eyes more and look and enjoy the color and try to understand what's happening around us and don't avoid people like me on the internet and what we're doing, and open up your own channel. If you happen to get an insight, something new, and say, you know, I think this is happening. If you're not used to it, as far as a lot of people will never record themselves in front of themselves. It takes time. It's an experience. You know, when you record your voice and then you play it back, if it's a really crispy, clear analog sound, you remember the first time you heard your voice. I do. But that was in the 70s. I was always around recording artists, to tell you the truth. But yeah, my dad was a musician. He graduated top 10 from the the Wilshire School of Jazz as a jazz pianist. But he wasn't recording as much as her boyfriends after him. But no, see, he taught me music, and I was always recording. And I remember hearing my voice for the first time, and everybody remembers hearing their voice for the first time. It's like that. Because you hear a vibration all around inside of you, and you do have some of the high ends coming back at you. So it's good to record yourself every once in a while and get a load of how you really sound. It's not that it sounds, it's not, it's wrong. It's just you have to get used to it, and then there you go. All right, so yeah, lots of mental energy that's going to open up and start communicating. I wanted to stress how that 7 years ago we were unable to. It wasn't that we were unable to communicate because we had these devices, right? Yeah. No, here's what the problem was: is that people couldn't hear us. People couldn't hear. See, Taurus doesn't want to have difficult conversations. They're doing the comfort zone, and they don't do that. They don't listen, right? They have the benefit of not doing that because their money, right? Money did that, and to stop people and all the time, and so people really don't know if they caught the flu or COVID-19 or what. It's just if you notice, really, um, I don't know about you, but I don't get sick that much, and so but you don't blame it on some pandemic. Whenever it happens, just get sick and get over it, you guys. It's pretty tough, right? No, I mean it's babes. It is the truth that it's all man-made and it's somehow communicating to you somehow. I mean, it's your angels are trying to let you know, hey, look at this, come on now, and it makes you feel a certain way. And if you're lucky, you see the best thing that everybody can do is fast. Yep, there's no medicine better or like. There's no medicine like. It's one of the many things that they hide from us. But fasting, that means not eating. Very difficult seems for people, but if you're chosen, then you will. So, you know, if you really want to get rid of a chronic illness, if you are that desperate, you'll fast. You'll lose the weight. You should. You know. So anyway, my cat is acting weird. She doesn't like the food. Every time she eats it, she goes into a weird state. Like it's kind of she's just like my mom. She is my mom, and she kind of just sits there and like she's like and she just watches things. And you know she's hungry as hell, and um, so it's just a dip that I'm going through, and everybody's going to be going through that until they start learning how to live. Now we see something that is going on. And it's like, see, I'm learning something on my own here that, and I'm adjusting, and it's a psychological adjustment. A lot of people will experience a rubber band snap. Will experience what? When, Shauna? What do you mean? Oh, we're just cruising in this little short, little temporary experience of time. And something really beautiful needs to happen, wants to happen, and can happen, but it's always being thwarted. Always being thwarted. You have no idea. And we think that that's why the comet went up there and the sun is able to blow like a direct stream, and something is trying to air this place out from the bad programming and how fucking berserk and ridiculous it really is. So hang tight. You know, see, when Uranus goes into Gemini, which it hasn't yet. See, for me and you, I mean, for me right now, it's still 426, and like I said, there was an earthquake before I try to make a video of this. By May 14th, Uranus will hit 1 degree Gemini. And I predict that we'll have a lot of mysterious, violent windstorms everywhere, everywhere. Oh, that's because of the wind towers. They know how to direct wind and energy now, and that will be something that Pluto in Aquarius. See, Pluto is like a villain there until people need to. It's like that thing wants to turn the light on and say, "Look at all this crime on humanity and stuff, and how ridiculous the moneymakers are doing, and their little flying monkeys." Um, Pluto is that kind of thing. It could be seen as the villain, but really it's the illuminator. It's just showing everybody something, and people freak out the psyche, and then it all busts apart. That's Uranus' job too, to help with the change, and it's really going to be easy as far as the ability to communicate and really solve problems. Hopefully, it will be. It will be different than what happened in the 40s during a total experiment that said, boy, these frequencies can sure get into people's heads, and we don't really need very many guards. They're just all pumped full of propaganda and a combination of fluoride and get your damn. It's well on its way right now. People are so geared, but what I understand though is that people have snapped out of it, and they're like, no, I'm geared for love. I love, and I'm gonna hide myself and meditate on Mother Nature is what they call it, just creation of creation, how it's here, the availability, how healing it is, and to make sure that you're getting a reflection from your presence being there. More and more, you get a reflection back at you that says, I love you because you paid attention to me, I'll take care of you, kind of a thing. But see, that needs to be happening more in the human ecology. Okay, so thanks for listening. I will try to end this consciously, like at minute 44. How about that? And just brush up more on a little bit more astrology, because it's like we have Uranus that just got done conjuncting Venus, and no matter what, the benevolent agenda is going to start trying to show itself. That's the quiet war kind of thing. That's what they try to hide, the simplicity of creation, how God is, how love really is, how simple it is. The mind makes everything complex only simply because, get this, is because that's the only way it makes itself seem more substantial than just being able to meditate, relax, and really get into a whole different life of just your whole body is involved. So now you're able to like heal animals and other people and yourself and everything. It's just okay. So I know for a fact that I'm clairsentient, and this is why I've had. It's kind of difficult all my life, but no, recently, it's like what am I dealing with? This plain energy, just and that's nothing though. It's nothing abnormal. I think I've talked to you about it before, and now you're hearing it again. I'm putting this on the 28th, and people are seeing it premiered. But anyway, and I'm also rendered up clairsentient, clairaudient. That's obvious. Not definitely. And clairvoyance is okay. I see the future, babe. A lot of people would be disturbed, but not if you really are connected with Christ, aware. Then you know that you don't die. But it's the same as what Buddha was trying to tell us. I mean, a good Buddha is every once in a while, the good tribe. I don't know. It's like who's gonna. No, there has to be a rinsing away of a lot of. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it is. It's trash. Like what you see down there in the flatlands shimmering away. That's a farmhouse, and they know perfectly well what can happen. Now look at L.A. Look at Paradise, California. A lot of people think that was. What do they think? They don't think, right? During the freaking Uranus and Taurus. Taurus does not want to look. It just runs and then it continues. Like what? Right? That's just the way it is. It's just Taurus is stoic, and it, like I said, it doesn't. It's not apt to have the difficult conversations and really go into the depth of things unless there's something else going on in its chart. Okay, we're talking about basically Taurus is a comfort zone kind of animal. And if you notice, I mean, it's everything of the bull, right? It's kind of it uses its brawn, but it will run if it, right when it's because it knows, and that's kind of where it was with all of the Uranus thing. But no, Uranus was very uncomfortable. Sorry about the noise there. In Taurus, it could not speak. The higher-minded genius could not flow. Even the use for social media was muffled for 7 years. And now we're pulling up out of it. But see, here's what we're pulling up into is the ability to communicate in such a way that is, okay, is it going to solve problems or does it know more? See, this is the Gemini feel. Does it know more than the public? Then the public is doomed. Uh, you know, well, here's what happens is just like with Tartaria, when the intergalactic monitor sees that it's being misused and people are going to be tortured and fried or whatever they're fucking planning on doing with the Elon Musk and your phone and the Wi-Fi over there and the Gwyn Towers, um, they will just say no, and they will raise up the seas. Who are they? Benevolent beings who live in outer space, the final frontier. They love you, by the way, and they do not like what's happening around here. No, they don't. Something fishy, and that's a fair warning to you guys, babes. In the next 20 years, you know. But the thing is through the cosmos, see, like this comet that's raining down a bunch of this, showering something. We're going to be inhaling and learning more. We're going to be getting rid of the old plasmatic like loop job if it is very tattered and like kept at a frequency. It's being loosened up now. Even if it is the weaponry of Elon Musk's and all the rest, which is it's just one occupation that globally moves. Tartaria is one of their occupations. They kind of lift up, they get into trouble, and they get hit by free energy weapons. Hello, I am Shauna. I live in the San Jacinto Mountains, and you may know of my grandmother, who I come from. I'm from the Pleiades constellation. I mean, there's very few people that remember that I have ancestry in outer space, and so do you. Most likely you do, especially if you sat all the way through this and you ate some non-GMO popcorn. Hey, yo, I'm getting onto my deadline. I was supposed to stop here at 4:44, and I will. I will time it perfectly. So having said this, thank you for your donation. I really need help right now. I'm trying to stay away from the 3D confusion, like that perhaps maybe I think that person doesn't really support the entirety of who I am. They're trying to trap me, stuff like that. See, the government is that way. Your government is just like the codependent causing freaking narcissist that really treats you bad and all that. We've got to get away from that toxic relationship. What do you think? Well, I say that our money and social media is supposed to help us, but we are so off. That's one of the things I said in my last video that no, we're not using social media right, not at all. If it's a game that does get us into outer space and everything like switched over to amazing, we are so losing. A lot of people don't even know the difference right now. And when there is something different, like especially if we all need healing. We all got to be brought into the difference. And when that healer comes, it's just they're offensive. And now it's a big war. Hi kids, how are you doing? Stay away from the Kool-Aid, run from those parrots, and of course stay out of school. 3, 2, 1, luck.